Alrighty, so first card out was the Six of Swords. So somebody's probably got a little baggage they're holding on to, possibly, or uh, Six of Swords. Maybe there's a pathway out. There's a route or a way. If you can see me, okay. The lighting's a little iffy today, folks, but I'd prefer it that way. The ambiance. Okay, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. What is the energy and what is the message for today? First card out, Six of Swords. Alrighty, what do we have? The Five of Swords. So this is I guess you would say an enemy, maybe, or somebody that is willing to win at all costs. Uh, I'm looking here, it's poking out as the Six of Pentacles, but I'm going to put it back in. But anyway, let's see. Six of Sword to the Five of Swords. So we got two of the same suit here. Six of Sword to the Five of Sword. So let's carry on. What else? What else would you like us to know, Spirit, as I give you this tarot read for the 3rd of February? It's already February, folks. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what's the message? What would you like us to know today? Please. Try to get as accurate. Ooh, look at that. That would flip right out. Magician in reverse. That one flipped out and spun around. I don't know if you guys saw that. So, Magician in reverse is definitely, someone who's manifesting, but in a not so good of a way. Probably like think of like I don't know, somebody who's not necessarily for the light. They're using their willpower and their manifestations for not so much good things, if that makes sense. They're maybe trying to hinder somebody, maybe trying to stop somebody. Magician in reverse is somebody who's not doesn't have the collective, the current's best interest in mind. Okay. Six of Sword, Five of Sword, Magician, reverse. Okay, let's carry on, Spirit. What else would you like us to know? I loved how that Magician just flipped out like that, though. Flipped out, spun around, hit the friggin' deck. Three of Swords just popped out, but I went back in. What else? What else? What else? Ooh, okay, we got Page of Sword here. Oh, look at all these swords. Jeez, 6 sword, 5 of sword, the Magician reverse, and the Page of Swords. So what do we got going on here? We got somebody trying to possibly leave, make a route, trying to find a way out. And then we have the Five of Swords, who's somebody who's, you know, ruthless. The Magician in reverse, and the Page of Swords. So, Page of Sword, you know, somebody who's interested, wondering, spying, you know, trying to figure out how, you know, what's going on. But it's a page, so it's not really maybe a younger kind of a person, somebody who has that type of an attitude, you know, like youth, like. So I just recently started doing the tarot card reads, you know, and I feel like I've been, I should have been doing this a while ago, but it's just taken so long to kind of push forward and to do something like this. Um, let's see. You know, to put yourself out on the web like this, what have you. But I want to get some music going for you guys. Quietly in the background. Okay, lots of sword energy here. Let's carry on. So we got the Six of Sword, Five of Sword, Magician reverse, Page of Sword. So there's a lot of. As I'm looking here, what do we got? We got two. Let's see, Spirit. What'd you give me? So these kind of fell out. Two of Wands. So somebody making a plan. Maybe something in the distance. With the Wands, you got one's, you know, when you look at the card, Two of Wands. One's stuck to the wall right here, and one he's holding. So it's kind of like, you know, you try to figure out, you're stuck in a spot, but you're making a plan possibly. You know, you got the globe right there. So we have the Two of Wands, and what popped up behind it was Justice. Right. So that's all things to do with, you know, fate, or every action is a reaction, you know, justice, things like that. So 6 on, someone trying to make a path out, someone trying to leave, and possibly they have, you know, they're leaving because of the, you know, issues, or they have stuff they need to work out. But with the Five of Swords is somebody who's willing to win at all costs. The Magician reverse, so it's like a bad guy. Page of Sword is watching this go on. So we have a Page of Sword watching this magician. Got to be ruthless. And we have the Two of Wands. Injustice. So it's almost like what I see here is it's almost like, from my perspective, from my point of view, is we have the Page of Swords watching this magician in reverse attack somebody who's trying to just make their way. And it's almost like this Page of Sword set the trap and is watching things unfold in the background. Uh, you know, in a sense, and that's how I'm picking up on it. And then we have this Two of Wands, which is kind of throwing me off, but it's almost like with the two awards, you have the Rosy Cross. I don't know if you can see that right there. When you read tarot, you want to pay attention to all the details. He's got a globe. You got the Rose Cross, Rose Christian, Rose Cross. The two awards, and you can see the background. He's on like a, he's on top of his house. He's on the deck. And you see all that. So he's making a plan. I'm trying to turn that down a bit. The Two of Wands coincides with, because we got sword, magician, reverse, page of swords. It's almost like, while this is all going on, to start with, you start with the Six of Swords, and I'm jumping to the Two of Wands. It's like somebody's just kind of carrying on with their way, and while this is all going on, they're just kind of making plans to see, basically for what the future. And like I said, with the Rosy Cross, to me, that's their faith. They have faith on their side. They're in a stable spot where they're at, and they're making plans while all this goes on. The Magician reverse, the Page of Swords, with the Five of Swords. It's like shenanigans. And last but not least is Justice. This is what's going to be the end. While the energy of the Six of Swords and the Two of Wands deals with it at the end outcome is justice. Final outcome for these folks is justice. Okay, tell me more, Spirit. Oh, we got Six of Cups. Somebody from the past, right? And if you look at the card here, you get this lady here, you got this guy here. They look like the younger. It's a card from the past. Past memories that have passed. Maybe a friendship or relationship. Tell me more, Spirit. What would you like us to know? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Angels. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters. Oh, what do we have here? That was... Anytime I do tarot, I don't know if it's my energy or whose it is, but the Seven of Wands always pops out. A lot of times, it could be my energy that does that. This guy, he's got a boot on, he's got a shoe on, he's at the top of the, he's king of the hill, right? And you get all these guys below him, kind of, maybe he's fighting, he's defending. This could be trade, barter, could be, defending himself. Think of the guys below. So you say you got the Six of Wands, which is good news, but imagine those six guys pissed off trying to attack you, and you're the seventh one. You're defending yourself and your character. And again, with the shoes, it's like, what do they call that? Shapeshifter. That's my view of it. One day you get your boots on, next day you got your shoes on. Geez, it almost looks like he's in his pajamas up there, but check out that. I always loved this. This reminds me of when I was a kid, pictures of my family. The muscle. You know what I'm saying? can't stop me. I almost missed these cards. 6. So we got the 6 of Cups, something from the past. We got the 7 of Wands. That's, could be trade barter or someone defending themselves. Next card up, we have the 10 of Wands. So, oppression, per se, heavy burdens. This card has different meanings to it. Good thing I haven't had to look any up yet. 10 of Wands. You want to look. Obviously, it's a heavy weight on this guy. He's carrying all the wands. So it could be that these wands that he's carrying, though it may be difficult, and it could be burdensome, it also could be, for his benefit. All, hard work will pay off in the end. Right? So we got 6 of Cups, 7 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. Usually the 10 symbolizes you're going through the cycle. From 1 all the way to 10, it's almost like you're kind of closing out. So, up for the second row down, the first 3 is you got something from the past, a friendship or what have you that no longer exists, or there's with the 7 of Wands, it's almost you're defending yourself from someone from the past, and it's been quite a burden, let's just say. That's what I'm reading right here. Next card out, Judgment, Archangel Michael. He's sounding the horn. And you got, if you really look at this card, you got almost like 2 families here. You got one in the front, a man, a child, and a woman. And in the far back, you have another family. And they're kind of just reaching up. It's almost like Archangel Michael is trying to wake them up and tell them, time to smarten up. So again, 6 of Cups, someone from the past, 7 of Wands, defending yourself, and it's been a toughie. And the 10 of Wands is falling underneath the Magician in reverse. Okay, so I don't know if that would help you kind of figure it out, that Magician in reverse has been something else, let's just say. Judgment falls under the Page of Swords. So it's clear that Archangel Michael is trying to tell these people, whatever they're doing, whatever they're up to cool their jets, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, tell me more, Spirit. Thank you so much, Holy Spirit, holy angels, archangels, ascended masters, and ancestors of peace, love, and light. Thank you for your love and patience and your guidance. Please tell me more about this energy and what we need to know for today. Okay, what we got? I got 3 cards popping out. I try to do the only one, but Spirit, don't play. 9 of Wands. Okay, so this is someone who's been through a lot. So maybe you have some type of, something's on hold. Somebody, he's waiting. You see how he's kind of waiting, but if you look close, he's got that bandage on his head. So he's been through, again, with the 10 of Wands, the heavy burdens, and then you have the 9 of Wands. It's like, this guy's been going through it, man. But, as you can see, he's holding on to his wand, It's almost like he's getting ready for the next attack. Some people say that bandage on the head represents a psychic attack, or maybe you got bonked over the head. In the spirit, or in the flesh per se, because we are talking about spirit, we are talking about 3D, 5D, all of that. Tarot. It's a survivor right there. Okay. Spirit, again, back to what I was saying. Spirit makes the rules. What goes on here on earth and in the 3D, in the flesh, is last. Spirit is first, All praise and glory to the Most High. Glory be to God. Okay, next card is Ace of Cups. That's nourishment, that's fulfillment, that's spirit handing you a win right there. And after that is the Three of Cups. So that's almost like a celebration, the end of some embargo per se, but it's definitely, you got three. So this would be like the energy of a celebration, possibly. So someone from the past, this going from the row, someone from the past, your Six of Cups, you've had to defend yourself from. It's been a heavy burden, but you've persevered. You've gone through. Archangel Michael's calling it out. He's saying enough is enough. You have achieved. You have carried your weight. You have pulled your weight. That's the Knight of Wands. You're kind of waiting to see what comes next, and Spirit says you get your Ace of Cups, and that's a celebration, baby. You got Ace of Cups, Three of Cups. Well done, sir. Well done. Spirit sees that you, Archangel Michael, and Spirit says, hey, it's a celebration. Good job. Okay. Spirit, what else? Try to finish off this read here for y'all, folks. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. And what's funny is, if I can share with you guys, is that it's hard for me to pull myself away from the read. I want to read for everybody else, but I don't want this read specifically to be for me. You know what I mean? So I can relate to it, but I don't want to take responsibility for it in a sense. It's my energy, though, that Spirit is working through. Spirit's working with me to help you guys, for me to spread the message. So, bear with me as I... Jeez, what's this? Spirit, you got me all mixed up. Sorry, folks. Cards are flipping up, but I didn't catch them. Alright, last row here. Okay, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Archangels. I see cards trying to jump out, they're popping out. And when you read tarot, you want to pay attention to the colors, the illustrations, what you feel, how you feel when you read it. If you have discernment, that's good. If you're a tarot card reader, you need good discernment. Okay, these cards just popped out. Excuse me a second. Let's see, what do we have? We have King of Sword, Mind over Matter. This is someone who's in the upright, and somebody who's disciplined. Air sign, possibly. Okay. Next card that popped out was the Knight of Swords in the upright. So this is, as you can see, to describe it, you can see that we got like a lady here on their bed, on the couch, what have you. The kids sleep. They got a lot of stuff on their mind. They're worried, they're sad. They don't have good news, I'll tell you that. King of Sword, Knight of Sword, Five of Pentacles. Oh boy. Okay, so with this card here, you'd say that these two folks here on the card, they put themselves in this predicament. As you can see, their clothes are tattered. One guy's on crutches. He's got a broken foot. It's snowing out. It's like they're walking barefoot in the snow. This is broke ass. This is hard times. Knight of Sword, Nine of Sword, Five of Pentacles. King of Sword, Nine of Sword, Five of Pentacles. Tell me more, Spirit, please. So, I can't tell if the King of Sword, it's looking so far like the King of Sword is worried that they're gonna be in the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, King of Sword can't sleep at night, possibly. Alright, tell me more, Spirit. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. So this is the Earth sign. Loving, caring, compassion. Well, you don't want to get it mixed up with the Queen of Cups. But this is also someone who's, loving, caring kind of a person. Possibly Earth sign. But this is Pentacles is material, wealth, things like that in a way. But, yeah. Queen of Pentacles. Loving. Helpful. Okay. King of Sword. Air sign. We have Queen of Pentacles. Earth sign. Doesn't have to be somebody who's representing that energy. Alright. Jeez. Well, let me try that again. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Archangels. Okay. What did just fly out? We got the Two of Cups. So this is somewhat of a relationship. This isn't the lovers. This is the Two of Cups. So this is business. This could be business. This could be, two people coming together to work together, possibly propose. Two of Pentacles. They're a team, I guess you could say. Not to get it confused with the lovers. All right. So what it looks like with the illustration on the cards here, jeez, these cards are flying everywhere. See that though? The energy with the cards going all over the place. We have the King of Sword and the Queen of Sword, right? King of Sword and the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Sword, which means like what? They can't sleep at night. And then we have the Five of Pentacles, right? And so this is a couple here. Two. You got a man and a woman here. Guy, gal. And they're in trouble. Five of Pentacles. They broke. Okay. Right? King of Sword, Queen of Pentacles. And then the next card up is the Two of Cups. So these guys, this is telling me that the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles is some kind of a duo, or they're in some kind of a commitment together. You dig? Okay, Spirit. Couple cards popped out. The last one that kind of flung out, but I couldn't really tell what was going on with it. It was confusing. It was the Devil in reverse. But I want to make sure I get an accurate read, so I'm gonna continue to read. Okay, these two actually. So we have 3 of Wands, reverse, and then we have the 10 of Swords. And as you can see in that illustration, there's 10 swords in this gentleman who's face down on the ground. It's about as worse as it gets. Very sad, very difficult, hard to get through that. If at all you can make it through it, right? So, and then at the bottom of the deck is the 4 of Swords. Right. Okay, so I like to keep up with my tarot as best as I can. So the 3 of Wands here, just so I am as accurate as can be, in reverse. Obstacles, delays, and frustration. And the 10 of Swords. Let's see. Just check it out for you guys. Failure and defeat. Depending on what situation you're in. So you got obstacles, you got this, that, the other, you got failure and defeat. So when I read this row here, it's the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. We got like a duo, right? And they are in the Knight of Sword, 5 of Pentacle, right? Can't sleep at night, worried as all heck. They're going broke, okay? And they have trouble. The ships ain't coming in, okay? Upright, these things are working out. Hard work per se, but it's in reverse. All right, so they have obstacles. Stuff's not working out for them. Okay, and right after that is the 10 of Swords. And, I mean, when you look at the depiction on the card, what's that tell you? It ain't happening. So whatever they came together to do, it's not working. And at the bottom of the deck, energy is the 4 of Swords. So, depending on how would you describe this card? This is somebody. Some people look at this card as it's somebody laid to rest. Right? You got like the kind of, if you look closely, this is like a church window, almost like the 5 of Pentacles here. The 5 of Pentacles, it's like they're on the outside of the church, right? Walking by, broke. They're hurt. They need help, but it's on their own account. And then if you wanted to, use your imagination, you could picture this knight here, right, with his swords. He's got a sword just below him, so this would be a knight. He's either taking a nap. You can see his hair. He's praying. So he's in. He's hiding out. He's in exile. He's resting. Other people might consider this as somebody who is on their way out. So in the read, especially the last row, that you can see that maybe somebody needs to take a break, or they need to lay down. You can see that's the stained glass. They need to ask for help. They need to surrender to the Most High, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so yeah, just to recap, at the top we got Six of Sword, Five of Sword, Magician reverse, Page of Sword, Two of Wands, Justice. Next row, Six of Cup, Seven of Wands, Ten of Wands, Judgment. Nine of Wands, Ace of Cups, Three of Cups. Okay. Then we have King of Sword, Nine of Sword, Five of Pentacle, Queen of Pentacle, Two of Cup, Three of Wands reverse, and the Ten of Swords. At the bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords. So, that's my reading for today. I hope that you guys get some kind of meaning out of it. I try to use my best discernment, and it'll help if you have some knowledge of the cards yourself. But also, if you're gonna read tarot or you're gonna practice, you know, call it divination, whatever you want to call it, okay, spirituality. You wanna have discernment, but then you also wanna be wholehearted. Okay, you want to be calm. You want to be peaceful. If you got issues, you're all bent up. You know, if you got, say, demons on your back, addictions. You know, it's not wise to mess, with tarot, things like that, because you're gonna get that energy that you're holding is gonna kind of give you, it might give you a faulty read per se. So, peace, love, and light. And may the good Lord bless you in all things. God bless, and I'll see you next time. February 3rd, 2026. My name is Roy. God bless.